Hello, Ben here from CSL. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord is finally here, out for the world to play, and I honestly thought this day would never come. But it did, it's here, and I've been pretty much doing nothing but playing the early access since it was released. However, I did take some time off to create a new video for you guys. I know it's been a while. This one focusing on some tips and tricks for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, as the game is currently pretty terrible at explaining some mechanics to newcomers. Some of these tips you may already know, you may know all these tips already, but I guess you'll just have to watch and find out. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Please note, as of the making of this video, I'm currently playing the 1.0.8, I think, version of the early access, so things might and probably will change in the near future. First up, couching a lance. Some polearms in Bannerlord are couchable, which means you can lower your lance while riding a horse and drive into the enemy, dealing massive amounts of damage without having to click your mouse to thrust like a regular spear. How do you know which weapons you can couch? It will tell you right in the tooltip when you hover over the weapon in your inventory, along with whether the weapon is one-handed or two-handed or both. Now, to couch a couchable lance, you'll need to get some speed going while riding a horse and wait until this little couch icon appears at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Then press the default X key and your character will couch their lance. Now you just have to actually aim and hit something. Hit something. Hit something. There we go. Like I said, lots of damage. Tip number 2, see potential companion stats. Another frustrating thing in the game is seemingly having to hire on a named companion without being able to see their stats first. However, there are a couple ways of actually seeing companion stats before hiring them. The first way is to click on the character's name in the chat dialogue. This actually works with all chat dialogues in the game and will pull the character up in the encyclopedia where you can see their stats and other information about them. Sometimes it's a little hard to click on the name in the chat window, so just keep trying. Alternatively, you can do this without even visiting the tavern by simply clicking on Go to Tavern District in the city menu and then looking up at the top of your screen. It will show you all the named characters currently in the tavern if there are any in there. And all you have to do is right click on the character's portrait and it'll pull up their encyclopedia page where you can see their stats. You can also click on the portrait and just hit talk to them without having to search them out in the tavern. This saves you a lot of time hunting out characters. Next up, equipping your companions. Now, most of you probably already know this one, but I've seen the question come up enough to include it. To equip your named companions with new weapons, armor, and a horse, head on over to the inventory screen and use the top arrows by the character name to rotate between all your characters. Here you can equip them with anything in your inventory. You can also adjust how they look while accompanying you in town. You can also do this on the character screen if you want to look at your companion's skills or level them up when they level up. On that note, from the party screen, you can also assign what unit you want your characters to be in, from infantry to horse archers or a custom unit. Companion smithing. Tired of the wait times between smithing items? You can switch to the companions in the smithy by clicking on your portrait at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Once your character has exhausted all their smithing ability for the day, just use the next companion and the next companion and so on. Just note, using companions to smith will level up their smithing level and not yours. However, it is an excellent way to get a lot of smithing materials done in a single trip. Increase your party size. Besides getting a party size increase every time your clan levels up, you can also increase your party size by leveling up your stewardship skills. An easy way to quickly level up your stewardship skill is to assign yourself as the clan's quartermaster in the clan menu. Once you're assigned as a quartermaster, you'll see your stewardship skills start to level up. This is also where you can assign your companions into roles such as scout, surgeon, and engineer. The most useful one so far is the surgeon, which depending on your assigned companion's medical skill will increase you and your army's healing rate. Be sure to put companions with high scouting into scout role, high engineering into the engineering role, and so on. Heal up faster. If you wait in a city, you will get a big boost to your healing rate. So if you have a lot of injured soldiers, be sure to wait in a city for a little bit and heal up. Having injured soldiers in your party makes you move much slower in game, so always try and keep your army healthy by letting them recover in town. Food and butchering. Party morale, which stops your troops from running away in battle or abandoning you, is increased by having a large variety of food. Not necessarily a lot of food, but many different kinds of food. So be sure to have different types of food in your inventory to keep your party's morale high. Also, you'll notice you can butcher many different animals in your inventory by clicking on them and hitting the knife icon. This is helpful if you're nowhere near a village or shop to be able to buy. I also find it useful when I have a lot of pack animals because, and I haven't confirmed this, but I think pack animals slow your party down. Maybe they don't. Anyways, I always butcher pack animals that are in my inventory. It's a quick way to speed up your party and get some fresh meat. Buy low, sell high. Without getting into too much detail, the economy in Bannerlord is pretty dynamic. Products will increase or decrease in price depending on their availability. You can easily see this in action by selling or buying items. The item will become increasingly more expensive as the shop begins to run out of stock, and reversely, a shop will decrease its purchasing price the more of a single item you sell to it. But how do you know if the price of an item is too high or too low? When hovering over an item, the price will be green, red, or white. If the price is green, that means it's priced lower than average. If it's white, it's an average price, and if it's red, it's priced high. You want to buy products when they're green, and you want to sell products when they're red. There are some exceptions, however. Horses and herd animals are not colored, and when buying and selling in villages instead of towns, prices are tied to their closest settlement, but as far as I know, they don't increase or decrease as you trade. Execute named prisoners. If you have a named character as a prisoner, you can execute them by clicking on their name in your party tab and hitting the execute button. Just note, this will make your honor go down and could affect how people see and interact with you in game. I don't know exactly how honor works yet, and I expect this feature will be expanded upon in upcoming content patches. Generate passive income. As your army grows and you employ higher tier units, you will quickly begin to hemorrhage money, and without some passive income generation, your financial woes will spiral out of control. You need about 15,000 dinars to get started, but once you have that kind of cash, head on over to the city and talk to any workshop owner, and you can assign one of your characters to run a caravan. Now at first your new caravan won't generate any income and instead will only cost you money, but after a few days your caravan will start bringing in some much needed trade income. Likewise, you can go into any town and talk to a shop worker and straight out buy their workshop. This will also generate you passive income. Just note, right now this entire system is a little unbalanced and has some wild income swings. Sometimes I'll buy a workshop and I'll notice it's only giving me about 4 dinars a day. Other times I'll be up there in the 200 range. You can easily see what is costing you money and bringing in money by hovering your mouse over the money tab. And as a bonus tip, just because 11 tips doesn't sound as good as 10 tips, during a battle, and I'm sure most of you know this, you can assign where you want a specific unit to go on the map. But some of you may not know that if you click and hold, you can actually drag out the formation for that unit, much like you can do in Total War games. This is really helpful if you want to spread out your troops or bunch them up. It makes battles that much more dynamic. Alright, there are 10 tips plus a bonus tip to get you started. As I play, I'm sure I'll come up with some more to share with you, so if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, this is Ben from CSL.